Hey guys, we're back on the Worldwide Independent Leonberger database, and in this video we're going to focus on a specific tool on the database, and it's the Mean Kinship tool. You can see up here in the top. So we're going to pick up here on a list of dogs that was generated from our search that we did in the first video. And as you look at this list of dogs that was generated, you can see that the last category on the far right says MK. Well, that MK is representative of Mean Kinship. And as you scroll down, you can see numbers in that MK column, and those numbers are highlighted in different colors, okay? In this particular search set, you just have yellow and orange represented. The third color that you'll see on the database is green, and we'll see what that means more here in a little bit. So let's go back to the bitch that we looked at in the first video. So we will look at her profile. You see that her Mean Kinship number is right here on her profile. It is 31.55%, and she has a yellow color code there with that Mean Kinship number. So what does that mean? Well, if you go up here to the top and choose the drop down, you have some categories. These resources are excellent for helping you to understand what Mean Kinship means in general and what Mean Kinship means specifically to the Leonberger. We are extremely lucky to be only the second dog breed in the world to have had Mean Kinship calculated for our dogs, the first being the Icelandic sheepdog. So in my opinion, probably the easiest place to start is to go to the facts. Okay, it's going to start you off with just a broad overview of what Mean Kinship is, and specifically to the Leonberger. So the first thing that I would do is I would select one of the videos here, which they're all the same video. It just allows you to have different subtitles if you understand one language better than another. And there is a video that was created by a group of Leonberger folks along with a population geneticist called Safeguarding Genetic Diversity in the Leonberger Breed. And this video does a great job of telling you what is genetic diversity, what's the importance of it to a breed, to an animal population, and then what Mean Kinship is. Why is that helpful to us in trying to preserve genetic diversity in the Leonberger breed? So the first thing I would do if I were you is check out this video. Okay, so after you watch the video, then you can come back to the pedigree database and you can start seeing this information relevant specific to the Leonberger. Okay, you can start off here by seeing why there are color codes on the MK values for dogs. Okay, and it tells you what those codes mean. All right, it gives an explanation of how to use the MK numbers and the color codes that are with them. Tells you what the difference is between the coefficient of inbreeding and Mean Kinship. Okay. All right. So, and if you have any questions after you've looked at all the resources available here, then you are able to reach out to the Leonberger database, and they will reach out to the population geneticist who helped us calculate Mean Kinship and respond to you. So, but before you ask any questions, you should continue on through looking at the resources available. So again, the facts are going to give you just a quick explanation of what you're looking at. You can also go to Understanding the Basics. Okay, this is taken from a presentation given at the International Leonberger Union meeting in 2018 by Rob Lyon. And what it does is just give you a down and dirty view, if you will, of what Mean Kinship is and what it is not. Okay, so it's very helpful to look through this. Okay, and again, Mean Kinship is a tool. All right, so it's not something that you only want to look at as the only thing you're focusing on in your breeding program, but it is something that you want to consider. Okay, and it is for the benefit of the overall population of Leonbergers. All right, so you'd go through here, check this out. It also has some more information, resource information down here at the bottom, links that you can click on. Okay, And then for the actual report on mean kinship that was generated from Dr. Olioke, who is a population geneticist for the Leonberger breed, you have that report right here. And it gives you some amazing information about what he found. And he was only able to find this through having the wild database and the amount of information that it provided him to do these calculations. So as you go through this, you will see all the information that was used and was necessary, what mean kinship means. Okay. Again, describes to you what the color codes mean, what the values are, and how those values are spread throughout the different countries in the world. Okay. And then he gives his recommendations for how to use mean kinship to preserve genetics in the Leonberger breed. Okay. All right. So great information here. Hopefully you'll check it out. Hopefully you understand what it means to the breed and how you might be able to use it in your breeding program. If you have questions, you can reach out to your breed mentors. If they're not able to answer that question, remember that you can reach out to the wild database operators through the contact email provided, and they will respond back to you with an answer that has been approved by Dr. Olioke, the population geneticist who helped to create the mean kinship or generate the mean kinship calculations for our breed. A couple of things I just want to let you know is that when the mean kinship was calculated for Leonbergers in 2017, what they did was only calculate it for the population of dogs who were at an age at that time to have been considered breeding dogs. And so when you go through, for example, when you go to a list of Leonbergers, you'll see that some have mean kinship numbers and some do not. Okay. If they do not have mean kinship numbers, it means that they were either born after the mean kinship was calculated, or they were too young to be considered breeding stock, so maybe under 2 years old, or they were too old to be considered breeding stock or had passed away when the calculation was done. Remember that mean kinship is a number that's calculated to tell you how related that individual dog is to the rest of the Leonberger population currently. So it is a number that is fluid, meaning it needs to be recalculated every few years so that as the population changes, the mean kinship number will change with it. So when the next calculation is done, this litter of puppies here that was not born when the first calculation was completed will be included, okay, because they would be old enough to be considered breeding stock, so they will have a mean kinship number appear.